Pearl Jam played Capitol Hill on Thursday as guitarist Stone Gossard and bassist Jeff Ament were at the House of Representatives to begin 3 hours of testimony about Ticketmaster, the giant sports and concert ticket agency. A House subcommittee, spurred by a complaint Pearl Jam recently filed with the U.S. Justice Department, is looking into the way tickets are priced and sold for concerts, sporting events, and other shows. Pearl Jam has accused Ticketmaster of being a monopoly and of using its power to scuttle a summer tour the band had planned, with tickets to sell for a relatively low $18. Ticketmaster's chief, buttressed by representatives of the Los Angeles Forum and New Jersey's Giants Stadium, was at the hearing to proclaim his company's innocence. Pearl Jam was supported by representatives of REM and Aerosmith, whose manager left no doubt that more than one band is unhappy with Ticketmaster.
All the members of Pearl Jam remember what it's like to be young and not have a lot of money. Many Pearl Jam fans are teenagers who do not have the money to pay $30 or more that it's often charged for tickets today. It is well known in our industry that some portion of the service charges Ticketmaster collects on its sale of tickets is distributed back to the promoters in the venues. It is this incestuous relationship and the lack of any national competition for Ticketmaster that has created the situation we're dealing with today. As a result, our band, which is concerned about keeping the price of its tickets low, will almost always be in conflict with Ticketmaster, which has every incentive to try to find ways to increase the price of the ticket it sells.
Have you heard from other performers on this issue? Are there other bands who are concerned about this? And if so, or individual performers, could you share that with us?
I think mainly Kelly Curtis, our manager, has been talking to a lot of different people. I know we've gotten a lot of support from Aerosmith and Grateful Dead and Garth Brooks and REM, Neil Young.
Last week, I was with Aerosmith in Italy, where the band is currently on tour. We were talking about Ticketmaster and how it relates to our concert business. Steven Tyler, Aerosmith's lead singer, said to me, "Mussolini may have made the trains run on time, but not everyone could get a seat on that train." That's the problem that Aerosmith and I have with Ticketmaster. Yes, they have an efficient and profitable system, but its monopolistic aspects are unfair and hurtful.
Various promoters went to the group and spoke. We had no direct contact with them, and told them that we would compromise in this area and that we would lower the service charge to $2.25 or $2.50 depending on the area. And the fact is that if the word compromise had been used, which is something that this great institution is built on. That's what Congress is built on. That's the way legislatures make things work, is by compromise. This problem might not have arisen to the level that it's on today. The fact of the matter is, both in band statements and in their memo that they submitted to Justice, they said, this was it, take it or leave it, and that caused some of the problem.
A few days before Thursday's House hearing, Ticketmaster was cleared of monopoly charges by a New York judge in one of several class action suits filed by irate consumers around the country. Meanwhile, the Justice Department continues its investigation.
But this backlash against the box office goes way beyond your basic man on the street. Nowadays, even the artists themselves are mad as hell, and some of them aren't going to take it anymore. In May, Seattle's super grunge band Pearl Jam went public with its battle against Ticketmaster. At issue, the service charges that Ticketmaster tacks on to every seat that they sell. Charges that the band claimed were so exorbitant they were forced to cancel their summer tour rather than gouge their fans.
We are not simply crusading for some abstract cause at the spur of the moment. This is business as usual for this band.
So, instead of spending their summer on the road, Pearl Jam members Jeff Ament and Stone Gossard are instead on Capitol Hill, testifying before a House of Representatives subcommittee on Ticketmaster's pricing practices and alleged monopoly in the marketplace.
Do you think Ticketmaster's entitled to a profit?
I think our main concern is, are we entitled to use a different company other than Ticketmaster? And
Ticketmaster, in turn, submitted testimony that it has nothing to do with pricing policies, that it makes just pennies per ticket and sells far too few tickets to corner the market. A second subcommittee hearing is expected later this month, but fans and fellow musicians are applauding Pearl Jam's principles.
Good lads, and I think, they wish them all the best of luck with that, because I think it could, set precedent.
Pearl Jam filed a new memo with the U.S. Justice Department, claiming that Ticketmaster made potentially misleading assertions June 30th. during testimony before a House of Representatives subcommittee investigating the way concert tickets are sold.